You've got a new administration which is re-examining everything, an administration which is committed to audacity and hope and the fierce urgency of now, okay? Well, and which has sufficient political support in Congress to actually implement a bold program should they decide to embrace it. The American people want and deserve a space program that is really going somewhere. By taking decisive action, by making a decisive recommendation to break us out of this stagnation that we've had in the space program for several decades, for 4 decades. 4 decades of stagnation is enough. Mr. Augustine, members of the Commission, I'm asking you to make a bold recommendation to Mr. Obama that he seize the time and move America forward in space. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your enthusiasm is certainly all lacking. And we appreciate that and admire.
Very passionately express some of the other motivations for human spaceflight. There is, I think all of us feel a deep human need to explore, to go places where we haven't. I think it was described as a spiritual need, and that's significant. I will tell you personally, one of the things I've been involved in for the last many years now is the Mars exploration rover, Spirit and Opportunity. And like me, most of the people who built those rovers grew up during the 60s, watching Mercury and Apollo and all that stuff on television, and dreaming of sending spaceships to Mars someday. And now we get to do it. And so the inspirational role, the thing that causes young people to go into engineering and science and so forth is important. And there are many others. It's not just the science.
And do you think those goals are sufficient to justify an $80 billion program over the next decade?
If it's $80 billion over a decade, yeah, I personally do. I personally think that those address pressing needs at a national level that justifies that kind of expenditure. $80 million over a decade, that's $8 billion, a year. And to me, that sounds like a darn good investment. Question is that what it really costs?
Steve, thank you very much. We appreciate your comments and your candor as always. We now have the privilege of hearing from some of our colleagues in Europe. The first speaker is from Ariana Space, and
is actually very close to conceptually to both the one that Bob Zubrin presented this morning and to the NASA Mars Design Reference Architecture 5.0, which is an option in which we do, in fact, go directly to Mars with the friendly amendment of maybe you take the Mars hardware and go do a near-Earth object or do a test flight to the moon, but only for the purposes of validating and demonstrating the Mars hardware. So we would, in that, almost certainly need to extend the ISS using IPs and then commercials. And here we take all of the budget for all practical purposes other than some stimulation of the commercial launch to LEO business and the money just to extend the ISS, and we put it on building systems for Mars, and we build them as quickly as possible in order to reach Mars as the next destination. So Norm, that's still many, but many fewer than 834, or whatever the number is. And I did try and get through it in a timely way.